Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be continuing to look at our scenario where civilization starts over. We are now on episode 5. We're pretty far into the series. I'm also probably going to start to slow down my pacing because I want to make more episodes of this. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So the first event that will be happening is, as you can see, this the Roman Empire is quite big, and some people are starting to realize that the coastal French are not the same as the Italians in their surrounding areas, and that the Germans up here are not the same as the Italians. The Balkan people, the Balkan people here are actually pretty similar to the Italians, the Romans, so they're not going to do anything. But also this Carthage area and in the puppet, it's also felt like there's a lot of resentment towards Rome. But the most powerful area of hate towards Rome is in the Spanish Peninsula, particularly like this whole thing, like this, cutting over the Gibraltar area. This is what the rebellion is looking like. So yeah, let's start. So the rebellion will be spawning right here. The rebellion will be starting right here in Barcelona, like right around here, and the Roman troops are gonna come and they're gonna start slowly trying to wipe it out. But as they do so, boom, 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 the mountain people start to join this rebellion, and they think this is their game plan. If we can cut them off from here, then they can only give their supplies from Africa, and that'll make it harder for them. So they continue their plan, and their plan is working. In fact, they actually snake up over to here, and then they're gonna lock down their border. There's so many forts right here that it's literally impossible to move through this area without being absolutely obliterated. So now these troops, a lot of these forces are able to move down because the forts are so heavily fortified that they don't even need that much help. So they start moving along the coast, and we see rebellions. And as the Romans actually started to fight back, we see rebellions behind where the Roman troops are, down here in this major city over here. This major city here, don't know. I just didn't map it out. There's a major city here, by the way, and well, the Catalonian rebels. I'm gonna call them Catalonian for now because they're only in Catalonia and it started in Catalonia. So these Catalonian rebels will start to really burst out over here, and well, all of this area is taken away, and then right in this area, all of the troops here secretly make an agreement to not kill each other. So the Roman troops here will just go down, and these troops will go up. So now this rebellion is actually getting a bit out of hand because it just started here and it started here, and all 3 of these Spanish islands will go away too. Right in the heart of Spain, there's so many rebellions that are happening all over. This is very uncontrollable at this point. Sentiments like this are spreading across the empire very quickly, and Rome is their stability has dropped into the floor. Meanwhile, Russia's doing a little better than them, but Russia's also pretty unstable. So they're gonna start connecting up all their areas. Boom, more coastal rebellions. I guess the coast people really love independence. They will start to snake around the coast, and now the Romans have no way to supply these troops in here, so they are effectively encircled, and even more encirclements will be made inside the encirclements. So it's the Romans are really in a tough spot now. Well, the deal that was made down here, since those troops moved away, now more troops came in and they don't have that deal. So they started attacking into Rome again, hoping to capture those areas. But the but the Spanish are not backing down. In fact, they're doubling down, and they're going to really start to make as many encirclements as possible because they just want to make the Romans suffer right now because they're so fed up with the Romans, and they make so many encirclements. This one's massive that the Roman troops just effectively give up, and like it's all gone. Now they come down here to deal with these troops, and well, that doesn't end up as good as it was before. They should have kept their peace deal. And this is what Spain will look like now. So looking at this peace treaty, after the front lines stabilized, shockingly, they just put their capital in Barcelona, even though it's pretty risky there. I mean, like, there is I get where they're coming from, because there's the island, there's the fort chain over here. So, like, literally nothing can pass by. Like, what I'm doing right now is impossible. So, the Roman troops, even to get this much land, would have to suffer thousands of casualties. And also down here, it's so fortified. But why not just put your capital up here? Well, that's because the homeland of the rebellion was right here, and they want to stay true to their roots. So they're just going to stay right there. And they're going to work on a colony building now because they're pretty rich. Moving over here, I have to find a new color, guys. Come search through the colors with me. Let's get this one. This one looks like pretty weird. Is there any color nearby that looks like that? Let's see. Nope. It's all fine. So this weird color will start to formate over here and take all of Ireland, and then let me close this color tab. And then this will actually spark into a war, because let me get both their colors. As the Irish take the Isle of Man and enter Scotland, and try to like kind of free these Celtic people, like here and here, there's just like weird sense of, and over all of Scotland, there's like a similarity in culture. So they're trying to make like an empire kind of that's like similar to that. And the Dutch are like, what are you doing? So they send in their full military to start to really actually like hurt these guys, and it's working. And well, these guys are definitely not putting their capital over here, because no way is gonna kind of kill them if they put their capital too close. But then the Irish, I'm not gonna say Irish, I'm actually gonna call them Celtic for now. Actually, no, I'm just gonna call them Irish. So the Irish actually start making rebellions up here, and all the way over here. No major cities there yet. And then, by the way, this island is a major city on itself. This is also a major city. So these rebellions are really popping up around Europe. And people are getting a bit scared, especially in Asia, because India and Russia are definitely getting scared. So anyway, over here, we can see that they are doing pretty well. And they reach up to these islands and, they start trading with the Russians. Like, over here, these Russians are like still sending out boats to go to Iceland. I still don't know how they're sustaining that colony. It would be more realistic if their colony was like the southern half of this. But somehow, you know what? They just ran up there and put flags down. But they're only really in the southern area here. So yeah. Anyway, the Irish rebellion is going to become so intense that they will actually make like, this is not the actual Irish peoples doing this. They will make landings in Wales and Cornwall, and this is looking like it's going to be a very big rebellion. Scotland is cut off. They start to reach around the coast, and this is a massive encirclement. Anyway, they start to come down into England, and then the Dutch get their stuff together. The Romans understand how scary it is to have a rebellion, and they're scared that if they let this rebellion go without helping out the Dutch, they're going to end up losing more land. So, which is a pretty valid idea, I guess. But they're gonna start sending aid, and Rome is a pretty strong country out of the strong countries there. So they're going to start to help out a little, but the Irish make a little stronghold just right there. So right here will be this Irish stronghold, and they will definitely start to push these guys back. But sadly for them, the front is going to stalemate, and they can't really do anything about it. And these are about as perfect as borders get. These are so clean. Look at this. Look at this perfect border. Ooh, so clean by the pixel. Let me clean up this one too. Oops. Yeah, this should be good. So now that's very nice and very clean, and we will be getting this capital color and bringing it over here. I could literally just do that instead of making the shape. Let's try it. There, I actually made the capital like that, but that's a little too annoying, so I'm just gonna do it the way I already do it. And their capital is actually gonna be all the way down here. Actually, no. Since they trade with the Russians a lot, I'm gonna put it up here in Sligo. I think that's what this is called. Here, if you're Irish, please correct me. And I think, let's see if their regular capital color can fit here. I don't know if you guys can see that though. I think I'll do that one, just to be similar to the rest of them. Well, not like that. Boom. Here's the capital. If I zoom out, can you guys see that? Yeah, you guys can see that pretty well, I guess. I can see it pretty well. Complain in the comments if it's not the case. Now over here, this very important event. These guys have slightly expanded, like a couple inches, like this, just like around their border, like this much. Let me just fix up this border real quick. They've expanded about this much, and what they're trying to do is give land around their lake and capital, because those are their like precious spots. So here's what they do. And now right here we see that in specifically this spot right here, like, yeah, this spot right here, there's a dangerous weapon being created. And could you guess what this weapon is? It's gunpowder. And they're testing out gunpowder right now. They're finding out if you put fire on it, it explodes. And they're thinking, what if we make it explode at someone else? So they're gonna test that on a criminal. And it's the gunpowder, like flat and dry like that, is going to kill them. These guys are gonna be like, what if we just packed this into some kind of thing and like had it fly into the sky somehow? So they decide that they're going to light the bottom of this thing that they're calling a rocket and shoot it up and see what happens. And the Russians are going to see like fireworks, I guess, flying up here, and they get a little close to the Russian border, and the Russians right now are scared that this is sorcery. So they're gonna be like very on guard, because if it is sorcery, then they might be cooked. So, well, they're gonna avoid any of that stuff. Sorry, this is just annoying me so much. There. So they're gonna try to back away from them, even though they're such a strong country. But also, there will be sentiments like all over here of joining this team, because, well, it's nice. And it's value their culture compared to the Russians. Well, there's been like a Russian culture. I mean, not Russian. This country, this culture has been like created, and there's also a Finnish culture. Anyway, let's get back to land expansion. So over here we see that the orange team is going to do some expanding, as always, and as their enemies hate. And so they're gonna start expanding over here, and they're gonna meet up these two colonies to sustain them better. And well, their control over trade is just increasing. Anyway, there will be a border war that happens here, and basically no, I'm just kidding. They would not do that. They would not go to war because their borders look messy. I don't even think they have very nice maps of this world yet. Like, the world is probably like, to them, the world is probably like this. All of this area, and then this area all the way here exists, and then this down here. This nation is actually pretty secretive. They only know some of this ocean. By the way, this is like the utmost knowledge that someone could have in this world. That's what I'm showing you right now. They know that all of this exists. They also know down here in the green team. This is like someone who studies a lot of geography back then. This is what their world looks like. If you need more reference for that, let's get a layer 2. This is what their world looks like. Yeah, seriously, this is what they see from the world. Oh, I think I messed it up a little up here, but it's pretty not accurate. Anyway, let's get back to some serious stuff. So over here, the Romans will be experiencing another rebellion, and let's find a color for this one. Let's make it. Is this color nice? Is this color the same as this one? Wait, no, they're too close too. I would have done it if they were farther away. Let's get some weird color like this one. Oh, it's also not the color of the sea. Let's go. Let's go. So they start their giant rebellion over here. And this is so big that it actually comes all the way up here and meets with the Spanish. And this is going to be the West African rebellion of all time. And this is giant. Let's find another color in case I want to have another rebellion. Nope, too similar. Nope, let's try. Oh, peach. Oh, peach. This is good. Peach is good. I love peach. Okay, let's see if it colors capitals. Oh my god, it also doesn't color capitals. Okay, nice. So ignore this, guys. That's not. There's no rebellion happening there. No country actually owns that. It's just Rome. So this is going to start to spark up, and well, the Romans are trying kind of hard to take it down, because they don't want to keep falling apart, and they're actually going to do a pretty neat job for this. And strangely enough, these guys are actually pretty smart, and they make a escape plan in case all goes wrong, where they can just run away to these islands. So like boom boom, they have these islands right here, and they're hoping to escape there if they need to. Oh, by the way, just to show, these islands are probably all Spanish by now, so let me just color that in. Boom boom, and all of this will be colored in Spanish. So boom boom, back to this war. This is actually showing, what this is showing here is that the Romans are really not having it well. These guys are actually having such an easy time with the Romans that they can actually expand by themselves while attacking the Romans and still not have that big of a deal. And in fact, the Romans are so incompetent that their army is like slipping up here, because they were actually sending army up here to fight in this rebellion up here. I don't think they ever expected for it to I don't think they expected for it to come down here. They were actually stationing all their troops in here and here. By the way, they're allies with the Dutch now. Not allies, but like the Dutch likes them now. And so they were like just putting their troops up here in case this puppet has any funny ideas, or anyone on the French coast has any funny ideas. They were thinking this rebellion right now would actually spark right here. They were thinking this is what this rebellion is gonna look like. So they had all their troops up here, but they were terribly wrong, and it was another one down here. Well, I guess they'll learn for next time, or maybe they won't, because there's not gonna be a lot more room for rebellion down here. So the Romans are now kind of begging for peace, but these guys are thinking about actually capturing the whole of Africa. Like, these guys are an African empire. But what's going to happen is that they are going to make a deal, and this is what it looks like. So looking at this peace treaty, we can see that the Romans have gotten some nice borders now. And let's pop this capital. Wait, let's think of where to put the capital. Look, we could put the capital here. Oh, by the way, these two right here are like bursting buddies. They're so happy. They love each other a lot. So a sensible option would be right here to have like proximity to their buddy. Like, they could put it right here. Yeah, that would make sense. But another one would also make sense to put it like, I think here. Let's put it right here. I'll put it right here. This should be good. No, I want it on the coast. That's nice. So here is what their nation will now look like. So let's get this color. Or actually, should we do that right now? Where? There's a revolution in the Caucasian country. And basically the Caucasian country has just been chilling so far. But somehow their people aren't happy with that. Whoa, why did I do that? Somehow their people aren't happy with that. And they want better. And they want their government to like, look, the government is kind of like here. The government is kind of like, this government is like a very suppressive monarchy compared to other countries. Like they have it really bad over here compared to a lot of other countries. So these people have every right to be annoyed. Not this far, like it's a little too much to go into full rebellion because your government. Actually, no, I'm wrong right now. But anyway, they're pretty mad at the government, and they're going to really start to spark up everywhere. And if there was media, this would be terrible because this government is very, very suppressive. And eventually, all that is left, it will be their capital city, which will be overrun and taken. So literally all that happened here is that the government had a government change. But also the green team, because while they're in the revolution, the green team just kind of snuck a little land. And this is going to sour the relations with them a little bit. But the green team doesn't care in the slightest. Actually, they couldn't care less. So here they go. The lime team is going to start expanding over here. And the lime team is actually probably one of the most stable countries right now. But there is a war that the lime team has against the purple one. They want all of the northern half. So they want like all of this. This is what they want the outcome of the war to look like. So the green team is going to go into the war, hoping to get this land so they can be closer to the orange team. But the orange team is actually going to get a little annoyed at both of them for this because they're in like the same alliance. But realistically, the orange team is a little bit more mad at the lime team. And they're like, please stop, bro. But the lime team is going to be like, no, I actually like you too much to stop. So they're going to start to come over here and they border the orange team, and the orange team is going to respond to this by putting troops on their border, which will show how scared the orange team actually is compared to how they thought they would be. But once this actually happens, the orange team's like, nope, that's it, I'm done with you. You have to stop bullying my friendy Bendy. So they're going to join into the war and start to fight these guys. I think I'm going to start using a lighter color to show invasion. The lime team is going to be persistent and keep trying to push here, but it's not really working out well. It's like, I was coloring it in while I said that. It's not really working out well because now Qatar and Bahrain have been taken back, and it looks like the lime team is going to get pretty punished from this because, well, the orange team is not taking this lightly. In fact, both of them, get into Kuwait and they get so close that this is actually worse than the desert rebellion that happened a while ago. And the orange team's striking army will actually gather all up together, and they're just going to start to absolutely like cook these guys, like cook them like an egg. Anyway, they start getting this and they encircle those people and kill them. This is a big drop in morale, and this lime team that thought they would be buddies with the orange team once they had a border, even more, they were already buddies, has now been punished badly. And now we can look at our peace treaty. So the lime team now has to pay 30% of their income for the next like 4 years maybe. This is like pretty bad. So the 30% is going to be sent out to the orange team, and then the orange team will take 5% and give the 25 to the Strait of Hormuz country. So these guys have been punished pretty badly, but they're still allowed to be in this economic alliance, and their economic alliance. But now these two are actually profiting more from the economic alliance, like these two right here, and India are profiting more from the economic alliance because they're getting the war reparations. Just using that for money, it's like kind of easy to get money now for them. Let me clean up this board a little. That looks nicer. So the orange team is just going to do some plan expanding. They're not in the mood for discovering today. They just want to expand into the land that they've discovered to be safe. I mean, I get where they're coming from. And down here, we see the pirates. Whoa, why is there a border here? What the heck? What is that even showing the border for? There's no countries down here. Also, why would there be a border on water? It's kind of funky. There. Now, oh my god, why are there so many of these? Whoa. There's so many of these. This looks so weird. I'll be right back. So the last event in this episode will be some expansion from the pirates. They will not expand upward or discover upward because they don't want these guys to know that they're right here. So they're gonna do a little expanding. They're discovering actually. They're gonna find all 3 of these lakes, and now seeing that there are so many lakes here, they're gonna think that this whole area is just really lakey and start discovering like a lot of this area, but there's actually no lakes for the next like a billion miles. I'm just kidding. But there's no lakes for the next area. Like the next river, I think, is like here. I think it was like, yeah, the next river is like right here or something like that. And then there's rivers here and there's rivers here. So now they're gonna do their expanding and they're gonna try to surround all of these lakes. I hope they enjoy these lakes because they're not gonna see water for a while. They get a lot of land. Very, very careful with their discovery because they're trying not to have the orange team realize that they're here, because they would probably get their butt whooped for colonization, even though the orange team is doing it themselves. But the orange team is actually so close distance that I didn't even realize it was colonization myself. So here they start to get more of this land, and I think besides the orange team is very close by expansion, the pirates are now the first people to colonize. So over here, they're going to capture all of Madagascar. They're going to discover the rest of these African islands and just take them over. Anyway, that will be all for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And as always, peace out.